Okay, today Sam is going to demonstrate to you how to fit a radiator. Say hello, Sam.
Hello, Sam.
Brilliant bit of comedy there. First thing we're going to do is find the centre line, so where the radiator is going to sit. So he's measured that out from the centre of the window frame in this case. So, and then found the exact centre. And then using his spirit level, has drawn the centre line on the wall. So we can measure the brackets from that centre line. Okay, and the next key bit of info he needs to find is the baseline of the radiator, so where the bottom of the radiator is going to sit, because all the measurements of the brackets are going to go from that baseline. Are we going to do that, or are you going to measure it from the centre of the valve?
I did from the valve.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So Sam is, in this case, measuring the centre point of the existing valves, because that's going to be the reference point for our new radiator. So the holes where the valves are going to go will sit in exactly the right place. So he's just finding the centre point of that valve where it's going to connect to the new radiator and drawing a line across. And then that will be the line he uses to determine the height of the brackets, which we're going to fit on the wall shortly. Right, so now what you do now, finding the centre line.
Yeah.
Right, so Sam's now finding the centre line of the radiator. So he can then work out the distance from the centre line to each of the two brackets. What's that then, Sam? What's that measurement? What was it? 45 centimetres, 450 mil. So we'll then put that measurement on the wall from the centre line that Sam's already drawn on the wall. So it's 45 centimetres that way. Do you need a longer level?
No, that'll do it.
All right, so now he's doing a vertical line for the bracket on the left. Make sure those brackets are nice and upright. Then he'll do a 45 centimetre measurement from the centre line again on the right hand side. Measure twice, cut once is the rule he's following here. Okay, and then a vertical line. Yeah, a vertical line for the right hand bracket. Right, so now we need to find out the distance, the bottom of the bracket from the centre line, from the centre of the connection for the valves. So we know where the centre of the valve is by drawing that on the line. We need to know how high the bracket sits above that centre line. So
2 centimetres.
Sam's measuring that out at 2 centimetres. So the line he's drawn on as the centre of those valves, we now need to go 20 mil above that in this case. And then he's going to do the same again on the left hand side. So now we've got the horizontal line for the brackets and the vertical line, so we know exactly where those brackets are going to sit. Now you decide whether you're going to have it so that the radiator sits slightly further out from the wall or tight up against the wall. So in this case we're going to go with it sitting slightly further out from the wall. I think we have to do that for the distance of the existing pipes anyway, but also it looks, in this case I think it's going to look a bit better. So what Sam's doing now is using the horizontal and vertical line that he's drawn on the wall to position the valve and then marking the holes it needs to drill. Right, then we drill the holes for the brackets. Just tapping those raw plugs in to make sure we've got a solid grip on the screw so that the radiator's fixed firmly to the wall. These are quite tight, so we're going to use the impact driver on this. Yeah, right, that's nice and tight. So now we're going to use this level to make sure those are level, Neville.
Yep.
Perfect. Okay, great. Next up, we've drained the system already, but there's going to be a little bit of water in that pipe, so Sam's going to take off because we're replacing these valves. Sam's going to just remove the existing valves. He's put that bag under it just to capture any dribbles of water that we get out of this pipe. There we go, so we've got a little dribble of water out there, but it's all contained. We're protecting the customer's carpet. Little blue roll down, dust sheets down, the bag. Minimal loss of water there, so we're safe to now take that valve off completely. Lovely, now replace it with a new one. Now he's doing the same again on this side. Okay, a little bit more water in this one, but again, it's all under control in that bag. Blue roll down, dust sheet down. That's now drained and safe. We're safe to replace the lock shield valve. Okay, so this is, I was putting PTFE around the thread, Sam putting PTFE around the thread of the tail. So that's going to go into each side of the radiator, and that's how you connect the radiator to the valves. It's very thorough with his PTFE. There we go, he's just screwing that in clockwise into the connection on the radiator, tighten it up with his adjustable spanner. Very good. Right, so before we hang the radiator, there's 4 little plastic clips which go into the brackets, and those will prevent the radiator from wobbling on the brackets. Just makes sure that the radiator is lovely and tight and has no movement at all. So that's what Sam's doing now, putting those little plastic clips into the brackets. And now he's going to summon up the Johnson super strength to lift that radiator onto the wall. Here we go, yeah. So Sam's going to lift it on the wall, drop it onto those brackets. Stunning, absolutely stunning. He's checking his work for perfection. You satisfied with that, Sam?
Yep.
He's satisfied. But only perfection will do at fixed first heating, of course. So now he's attaching the valve at on the left-hand side. Right, last thing that remains to be done is to put the vent plugs in, which come in a little red bag that comes with the radiator, usually. So you'll have a plug at one side and a vent at the other. Normal rule is vent on the right, or
Well, wherever it's more accessible.
wherever it's more accessible, as Sam wisely says. That's why they call him Samwise. So in this case, Sam's made the wise decision to put the vent on the left because it will be more accessible when the sofa's pushed back. Sam's sporting the work trouser that's 50% silicone.